Okay? So it ends up looking like this. UCC 11, UCC 1, UCC 11. This is my first package of evidence. Because there will come a day when I have to make this appear. Remember we talked about appearance yesterday? The word appear? This is how I'm going to make this appear to the judge. Judge, I know you don't have a claim against me. You can't have a claim against me. But I'm looking for the guy who does. Who's the creditor here? In other words, you're saying, Judge, if I'm the defendant, if I'm the debtor, who is the creditor? Who has the claim? Okay? And by the way, Your Honor, while we're at it, who's the surety for this action? If I'm the debtor, if you're going to make me the debtor, who's the surety and who's the creditor? Okay? That's this evidence right here. These three things are extremely important because this is how you make your claim appear and nobody else has one. You understand? Anybody have any questions? You got to go back there. Go ahead, Scott.
Sam, want to make it sure that they understand that under the UCC1 on the original filing, that there has to be that a security agreement as part of that attachment on the one.
Well, it doesn't have to be. It can be referenced. You can file it or not file it. I prefer to file it. The security agreement is what that UCC1 is all about. It is the contract. Okay? At some point in time, and this may be changing as of July 1st, but at some point in time, you have to have that contract available for inspection if somebody wants to inspect it. I give it to them right up front. There have been times that I've done it, and I just wanted the UCC filed. Matter of fact, I've got 3 of those situations right now where I have filed the UCC1 with other people as my debtor, and I haven't filed the security agreement with it yet. Okay? It's just another filing. But you do need it in there at some point. Okay? Don't make this a hard and fast rule. There are things that are rules, and there are things that are just guidelines. That's a good word. Okay? At some point in time, you need to do it. But don't put all these, I have to do this, 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 and this. You don't have to do anything. Okay? You have to know and understand who, what, and where you are, and act accordingly. Okay?
Yeah, and some UCCs, they have products and proceeds of collateral
Yes.
covered. You
Yes.
would want to check those, is that correct?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Just double checking that.
Yes.
I know it's covered in the security agreement, but just to
Yes.
make sure. Thanks.
Yes. Yes, sir.
On the, if you do the additional with the UCC 3, where you continue to add stuff, should you then do another UCC 11 to prove your claims?
No, that's a very good question. You only need, as long as you only have one UCC1, this is the only time you have to do this. Okay? You can run another one just to see if somebody's trying to put something in there on you. But remember, first in time, first in line. Okay? If they put one in there, they're second in line. By the way, a mortgage is a UCC1. Okay? A mortgage is considered a UCC1. You're not going to get by it. Okay? Does that answer your question?
kind of, so then in court, how would you prove without, if you do additional filings, how would you prove that you have first claim
Okay.
without a UCC 11?
Another good question. When you do a UCC 3, okay? I'm doing a UCC 3 2 weeks ago on my filing that I made in 1999. That UCC 3 goes back to 1999,
Okay.
okay? That UCC is effective as of the date of my original filing, okay? That's the way it works. That's the power of it,
Okay.
okay?
I have one other question.
I'm sorry?
I have one other question.
Okay.
With, as far as first claims, when you do UCC 11, what would keep the government agencies from getting first claim on, say, your birth certificate? And if they could do that, why don't they do that?
Okay, those are both good questions as well. Essentially, I had this conversation with Jack Smith from Right Way Law, because he had made the comment that the government was the holder in due course of our birth certificates. Okay? I totally disagree. On the record, I totally disagree. When I questioned him about it, he refused to even enter into the discussion. They are the holder of the birth certificate. And in the UCC, there is a huge difference between being a holder and a holder in due course. Okay? There was some discussion as to how could we, quote, accept for value our birth certificates when it wasn't being offered to us. And I have looked at it from the viewpoint of they're just the holder. That is my document. They asked me for it at several occasions during my life. Therefore, obviously, I have first right to it. And I'm going to exercise that right. Now, if I never exercise that right, that's another story again. It's like a Social Security card. Who does it belong to? You or them. It's like a driver's license. Who does it belong to? You or them. I had an interesting conversation with the Deputy Attorney General for Department of Transportation in Idaho over my issue of purchasing a license. Look up the definition of purchase. It says to obtain as one's own in the law dictionary. So I said to the Attorney General, I said, I'm confused. You always got to give them that I'm confused. Okay? It's that I'm confused. Because the reason I'm confused is because I got a ticket and spent a night in jail and got sentenced to 6 months for failure to purchase a driver's license. Now, the Department of Health and Welfare is trying to suspend my driver's license. And my question to you, sir, is does it belong to you or to me? No one's ever asked me that before. Okay, fair enough. The law dictionary defines purchase as to obtain as one's own. Do you or the state of Idaho have a financial interest in my driver's license? No one's ever asked me that before. Well, fine. What's the answer? I don't know. Then I asked him, if this license that I have purchased belongs to me, where is the provision on that license that says that I have a privilege to drive that you can suspend? I don't know. No one's ever asked me that before. I said, have you been at this job very long? He said 26 years. Well, so I give him the I'm confused. Because let me just put it to you like this, sir. If it belongs to me, leave it alone. If it belongs to you, I don't want it. Okay? That's what I told him. I didn't get anywhere, except that I did go down to the ladies down at the desk, and I said, I have a problem on my license. And she says, what would that be? And I said, well, there's two different people on here, and I would like to get this name up here in all caps changed to this name down here that I signed. She says, we can't do that. And I said, well, why not? Well, our software won't let us. Can I have a letter to that effect? Yeah. She never did give me one. But the things that we're dealing with here are just semantics. I mean, it's, you know, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Okay? Did I help?
Yeah, almost.
Okay.
So, as of now, to your knowledge, has the IRS or, say, a tax agency ever put first lien on a birth certificate?
No.